I'm going to try to answer this question I had. Now, keep in mind, I am not right every time. That couldn't be possible, but I'm not far from the target. It's not like when I shoot this arrow that I'm like not hitting the target at all, if you know what I mean. It's not going out in the grass or hitting a tree. And I don't enjoy that part of knowing that, but these things are very cut and dry after looking at them for many years. Many years. So the question was about Elon Musk saying, we would have 10 billion of these robots. Everyone's going to have their robot. You're going to have a high income. No one will have to do anything. It'll be like it should be, in his words. 10 billion robots. Whatever the number was. I think it was something like that. This is all a distraction. They show his robots dancing around, and I don't know. I guess most people can't tell that that's CGI. There's a reason you have to have horizontal and vertical lines in the background to keep your vision from drifting and seeing where these things aren't even real, okay? They need people to think that they are so great and creative and whatever that they can actually make a robot that can move around like a human. They can't. I mean, a simple chain or rope thrown around one of these things would cause it to fall over and sledgehammer it and be done with it. I mean, there's no great value when you really get to looking at these things, right? So it's a distraction. Why? Because they need to get behind you and pull the rug out, okay? They need to get behind you and pull the rug out from underneath you. Because when they say these things, it makes people think that, oh, well, we got until at least this long, because they're still going to make robots here in a couple of years or whatever it was he said. I think he said by 2030 or maybe it was 28. I don't remember. The point is, they say numerous things that never happen, okay? You have to recall. There's been many of times when they said they'd have robots here walking around working and doing stuff. They can't replace humans. Okay, they can't. They don't have that God-given creativeness or anything about them, okay? We are creators. We are from the Creator. They cannot create. They can mess with creation. So when you have a robot, or people think there's going to be these robots everywhere, right? Think about that. How stupid is it? What's it going to do for you? What's it going to do for you? And if the robots turn against us, they want to scare folks with that too. I'm telling you, I mean, they would be very easy to get rid of and take care of. It wouldn't take much. A sledgehammer. Be pretty much the end of any robot. There are other ways too, but I'm not saying be afraid of these robots, nor am I saying they don't have some, okay? But you're not going to have a robot in your house making coffee for you and scrambling eggs and making sure that the white part of the egg is done enough for you, okay? This is stupidity at its extreme. They have to scare people continually because they're feeding off of that. And they also have to gain energy from people that think that these things are really going to happen. And then the Apple phone saying that they're going to use brain signals so you can control your apps and make your own apps. I think by the end of 2025. Again, now in this case, that's already been going on for many, many years, okay? Ever since the phones came out, they've been reading your minds and manipulating you. They're just going to turn the volume up. These are not new technologies in this aspect. They're not. Part of the robot thing is true because what is going to happen is humanity is going to turn into a robot. Okay? Controllable. Absolutely. You're a Wi-Fi signal right now. It can come in and it can go out. That means they have a switch to turn it on or off. That's not out of fear. If you're covered in Christ Jesus, no fear. But you also have to keep in mind that you cannot keep these phones around forever, folks. These things have to be smashed and gotten off your properties completely, and all of your LED lights and everything with little tiny computer chips and stuff in them, your stupid smart refrigerators and your phones tell you what time it is, and those have to go because those will be signaling devices. Those will be signaling devices for the brains of people to alter the brain waves. There will be basically zombies and robots here, but it will be mankind. And let's face it, most people that are really into their phones now, they already are a robot. And you know the kind of people I'm talking about. When they're crossing a busy street looking straight down at their phone, they're already tuned in. So this is all about look this way, look that way, so they can go behind you and pull the rug out. Because once they turn this switch all the way up, all the people that have had too much metals in their bodies, and that includes all of us at this point, from breathing it in, drinking it, it's in your food, it's in everything, but especially from the SHOT, is really going to be a component that you need to rebuke continually. Prayer without ceasing over your loved ones that have taken this garbage. Dismiss it of all of its duties. For the most part, they could wipe out someone's memory completely. All right? And reprogram them. In my opinion, this is the 21st time they have done this. That's why it's Agenda 21. If you were really to go back and look at history or antiquities of things, you can tell there's been things done here multiple times that are unexplainable, that they've tried to cover up, okay? The only way they could have really covered that up was with a brain-altering signaling devices. And yes, OpenAI is not going to be built. It has been here the entire time, in my opinion. There's no way around that. I have stated this many times. You can go back and look at some very old books and look at pictures they say they have drawn from a bird's eye point of view of an entire city. Basically down to the last little blade of grass being in the right spot. Not possible, okay? You gotta wake up, you gotta stay awake. You have to realize that this has been ongoing for generations, thousands of years. It literally has. And this is how they feed, this is how they stay alive. And this does not take away from the biblical settings of things. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? Nothing. That's a pretty power-filled statement if you apply that to everything that you know right now. Is the Antichrist new? No. They've already pulled the mortal head wound off on humanity. They have no idea that that was already Kennedy. He was healed by the VP that came in as a president, replacing that same title and name. And the world marveled. They had no idea why, but they did it, and they fed the energy to the beast again. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them. Iron sharpens iron. I very much appreciate your comments. Thank you.